Hi, everyone. I'm Frank Malakote. I'm an anchor and a reporter for Fox here in the San Francisco Bay Area. My guest is an immigration attorney based in Ohio, but with clients all around the United States. Much of the judicial system has either been shut down or is sporadic at best, and it's already added a lot of pain to a situation that was pretty tough from the get-go. Let's say hi to Inna Simakovsky. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for
I'm
having us.
Well, it's great to have you. How are you? I guess my first question is, how are you doing your job with the fact that one day a court's open, the next day it's not, and trying to get everything done?
So we have made a commitment to stay open and to be safe. So we consider what we do an essential service, and the state of Ohio considers what we do an essential service. So our office is open. We've sent a majority of our staff home and we're doing work remotely, but we feel that it's imperative right now, where at the federal level, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of communication that our clients are not getting. So it's imperative that we are open and that we give our clients the information that they need so that we can control the chaos, so we can control the panic, and we can protect the people that we are supposed to be helping at this time.
Well, tell our viewers out there how the coronavirus has affected you and your ability to do your job.
So I think the coronavirus has really spiraled agencies closing down and spiraled people being out of employment and spiraled a lot of communication. And I would say our job has not been affected because we have taken the position that we need to do our job and we need to communicate with our clients. But a lot of the agencies, the immigration courts have closed, immigration has closed, the Board of Immigration Appeals has closed. But once in a while, our clients are all over the country. So once in a while, certain courts do open up. Our detained docket for clients that are in detention, that docket remains open. So every day is a little bit different for us.
Yeah.
Because every day the message changes, every day things change. Every day we still get mail where we have to communicate to clients what's going on. So the coronavirus has made things very, very difficult, but we as a law firm have decided to stay open and to be able to take care of our clients at this critical time.
And how has it affected some of the immigrants that are going through the process? A lot of them don't have the money. They don't have the technology. I mean, they've got a lot of hurdles to get through too, to kind of make it all work, right?
They do. I mean, here in Ohio, when you think about the immigrant population that's been affected, right? We have the immigrants, we have the refugees, we have a large student population, we have a large worker population, we have a large immigrant population that works in healthcare, and then we have a large undocumented population. And as businesses close, all those people are out of jobs. And all of the agencies that support a lot of the refugee populations and a lot of the other populations that we work with, they are also closing. So you have people out of work, and you have people that don't have essential needs. You have children that are out of school. You have no daycare that can provide services to kids. So all the essential services are closing, and our clients who have communication issues, transportation issues, daycare issues, as everything closes and everything changes, those people are most vulnerable and need the most services at this time.
And how are the judges being understanding to extend deadlines to, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I wasn't able to get in touch with this client. How does that all work out?
That's a very good question. Our immigration court in Cleveland was closing cases slowly, and then the immigration court completely closed. But again, not the detained docket. The detained docket has moved onto a telephonic system so that now we call in and we're able to speak to the judge. But in terms of going to see our clients, we're putting ourselves in jeopardy if we go into the jail because there's no protection there. And attorneys are expected to bring their own protective gear, which I have a mask, but I know a lot of attorneys don't have masks. And just driving to the jail and going into the jail, you're putting yourself in jeopardy. And it's not, there's such a better way to do this on a federal level to be able to say, just shut it all down, and people that have no criminal issues, let them go out so that we're all protecting each other. I mean, ultimately on a federal level and as a country, we shouldn't be concerned with someone being documented or undocumented. We should just be concerned with the fact that we want to have a community where we're all protected
and healthy. How
Right.
about some of your clients that are incarcerated right now, waiting for a hearing? Have you been able to talk to them, and are they getting what they need to stay safe behind bars?
They're not. A
No.
lot of the detention facilities are crowded. That is where the disease is going to spread very quickly. A lot of the guards are bringing it in, a lot of personnel are bringing it in, and the detention facilities are not equipped to handle that many people getting that sick. And detention facilities in some remote areas in Louisiana and Texas, there's no hospitals that are close to those detention facilities. So again, this is a human issue. So we should look at this as a human issue and protect all of us. There's just a better way to do that than I feel that is currently being done.
And is there any way on a positive spin to leverage your clients' cases amongst all of this? Or is it just bad across the board?
I mean, it's pretty bad across the board. A lot of the consulates are closed, right? So a lot of relatives are stuck abroad. We have a lot of students that are stuck abroad. We have a lot of people stuck abroad. We have a lot of people not being able to bring family because of this. But on a positive note, there's a lot of cases that are in the deportation process that should not be. So under the Trump administration, they changed a lot of the rules where immigration turned into an enforcement agency. So if a case is denied at immigration, it automatically goes into the court system. And a lot of these people need time for other processes to happen. So the fact that the immigration court is closed is definitely a positive for some of our clients. And we're taking advantage of that positive to bring other aspects of their case to light so that we can use the time in a good way and to leverage things so that they eventually are able to get a positive result.
What's the number one obstacle facing not only you, but your clients?
Poor communication, lack of communication. I would say the communication right now, if you go and you get tested, is that going to in any way count against you?
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the hospital, are you a public charge? Because the Trump administration put out a new public charge rule in February. So there's a lot of things changing so quickly that it's hard to convince clients to go ahead and go get the food that you need. Go ahead and get the medical attention that you need. So I think communication in the immigrant community is lacking, and good communication and correct communication. I mean, and then we have I can't get to food. I've lost my job. Can I get unemployment? I mean, I think the basic human needs right now are more than some of our communities can really absorb.
Has anything been magnified? I mean, those issues right there because of this with some of your clients?
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of our clients, so at our law firm at Simakovsky Law, we've started a food bank for our clients. So we've partnered with the UJJO, and we've partnered with La Michoacana, which is a Mexican grocery store where people donate money, we buy groceries, and a lot of the clients that we serve that do not have access to food because they don't have ID, they're able to get food at our law office. So we have been put in a position where we're not just lawyering, we are now providing a lot of holistic services that go around some of the things that our clients need: transportation, setting people up with, if someone can do daycare while someone works, setting people up with other jobs, because we are a law firm that has a lot of contacts, and I feel like this is the opportunity for people to step forward and to help the community with the needs that are beyond legal services.
What can folks do? What can others do to help out immigrants right now?
I mean, I think a lot of the agencies that serve immigrants and a lot of the agencies that serve refugees are not open. We're all trying to telecommute. So I think as individuals, we need to look around and say, where do you want to help and where can you help? Do you have the language issues? Do you have additional food? Do you have access to food? Are you able to drive someone somewhere? Even though we're supposed to be social distancing, I feel like we as community members, this is our time to step forward and do more for people, do more for our neighbors, get to know the immigrant community that's living right next to you. The workers right now, the essential workers are farm workers in California, right? So a lot of the undocumented community now is essential because if they're not working, we're not getting the food that we need. So I think it's time that we look around and we really realize that it's not the undocumented or the refugee or the immigrant, it's all of us that are in it together.
I bet it's one thing to be in jail because of who you are and from the country you are, but another thing to be facing a pandemic with all this lying in limbo. So what's their mindset? Are they afraid? Are they frustrated?
They're very afraid. They're very frustrated.
I bet.
I think I read today that 400 children have been turned around. So it used to be that the Trump administration is taking this opportunity to really change our immigration laws before, where kids could come into the country and be put into ORR, Office of Refugee and Resettlement, as unaccompanied minors. They're just being turned around right now because of the pandemic. Well, if we're so concerned about the pandemic, then we should be releasing the people that are non-criminal out of these detention facilities. So it's time we really look at why we're doing what we're doing and to be true to our laws.
And how has this, or will this, even, I don't know if you can answer this, change the way you do your job moving forward once we kind of break through this cloud?
I mean, I think we're looking forward to going back to work and to being a team. We are a team of very dedicated lawyers and office staff. We're looking forward to coming back. But I think what this has taught us is that we have to work in creative ways. We have to work in different ways, and we have to support this community beyond lawyering. We have actually really enjoyed partnering with schools, with nonprofits, with people that do similar work that we do. So I think this has taught us to kind of think outside the box and be able to really tap into the resources and into the skill set of people that we work with to enhance the legal services that we provide and provide it in a better and more creative way.
We don't hear a lot about Ohio. It's all Louisiana and Boston, New York, and out here in the Bay Area and LA. How is the outbreak in Ohio right now?
I think we have been very fortunate. Governor DeWine and Dr. Acton were at the forefront of canceling the Arnold, which is one of the biggest sports events in the United States, and they got a lot of flack for that, but they have done an amazing job of getting our stay in place order very, very early on. I think after California and New York, we were the third state. We weren't necessarily expecting it, but again, if we look at the good of what's happening, I have a lot of doctor friends that are at Ohio State, and they have stated that they're actually prepared, and they were able to get prepared because of what our governor was able to do.
Wow. Well, that's good. I know here in San Francisco, it's like a ghost town, and has been for a good 3 weeks. I know everyone's sheltering in place. I think a lot of people left. I don't know where they went, but certainly a lot of people that would come into work are not anymore. In terms of courts, last question, is it true across the land? Some are open some days, some are not, and it's left up to the attorneys to kind of juggle that schedule and figure it all out?
That is correct. Cleveland is closed. Our court is closed, but every day we get a little email that says what's open and what's not open, which is wonderful for someone that is able to use technology and able to read English. But for our clients, there needs to be a federal order as to what all these courts are doing versus a daily shift.
Great. All right. Inna Simakovsky. She's an immigration attorney in Columbus, Ohio, represents clients not only in Ohio, but all over the country. Inna, I know they're not making it easy for you, but keep up the good work, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm Frank Malicote here in the Bay Area. Let's send it back to you now.